You're ready to level up. All right. What's up? What's up, people? Welcome back. You know who you are. Thanks for watching another delicious episode. Let's get busy. Alrighty. Let's see. So, babe, join the live. Let's see if that stuff comes up, please.
Whatever you need, chef.
All right. Unique heart. Look at that. Alrighty. What's up, Terry? What's up? What's up? What's up, people? Una. Yeah, Shonda. What's up, Shonda? The fam is in the building. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Good day, good day. Good day to you. All right, we're about to get started in a second. Appreciate that heart. Thank you so much. Starting off the live beautifully. Okay, we're about to get started. I already kind of started prepping a few things, but you know. I'm gonna get my tomatoes washed. Alright, you gotta get the tomatoes washed. Okay, what's up? What's up? Alright. Babe, I'm live, babe. I'm here wilding, man. What are you doing, homie? What are you doing? Did you see the message me on the screen?
Oh yeah, sorry. I just got mesmerized. I'm sorry.
Wow. What? Yes, no?
Yeah, it says tap service if you rate it a little.
It says tap service? Huh, okay. All right, people, we're trying to figure out a few things, you know, but
Tap service.
let me see.
But I like what I see.
That's so weird. Why is it not showing? Anyway, okay, we're gonna just, okay, that's what it says. It says you're using TikTok Shop tools. Service Plus won't be available in this live. Huh, that's so weird. But it told me to join. Okay, we'll figure that out on another day. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. We're about to get started. We're doing something really delicious tonight for dinner. All right, it's going to be a delicious spring roll, right? But we're doing spring roll with the rice paper, all right? And then we're also doing a nori-wrapped tofu, and then we're gonna create a nice glaze for that as well. And we're doing a watermelon and tomato salad on top of that, right? I got some requests because I was in Florida over the weekend, and a few people hit me up. It won't come off? Huh, interesting. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone for now because I can't take it off right now and I am not sure why. Okay, so hold on. Live recording. Nope. Sorry, people. TikTok is acting a little funny, but we're figuring some stuff out. What's up, Brittany? Yes, let me tell everybody, we're at 261, so let's get cracking, all right? 277, look at that. We're getting busy. Don't forget to drink water. Yes, May, I appreciate that. Emma, can I have some ice cold water, please?
Sure.
So kind of you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get cracking. 297, what? Let's get busy. Okay, so today what we're doing is 3 amazingly delicious things, right? All Asian influence, Asian flavored. All right, so let's check it out. Ooh, 310 and climbing. All right, let's get busy. First up, we're doing a watermelon and tomato salad, right? A nice Asian dressing to go with that, right? Second, we're doing a vegetable spring roll with rice paper, all right? And then we are doing and that rice paper spring roll is gonna get a delicious peanut butter sauce, right? And then 3, we're doing a tofu wrapped in nori, right? Seared, and then a beautiful glaze on the top of it, all right? That's cool, appreciate that. So that's what we're working on. So we're doing 3 distinct things, very delicious. So let's go over the mise en place, AKA the prep for all of this stuff, all right? First, what's going into the vegetable spring roll? We have iceberg lettuce, cucumbers, carrots, mint, Thai basil, and cilantro. Purple cabbage, avocados. All right, that's going into the spring roll. Next up, thank you for the water. Next up, the tofu is gonna get wrapped in nori, and then we're making a sauce with ginger, garlic, sesame seeds, a little bit of sugar, some soy sauce, sesame oil, housing sauce, and rice wine vinegar. Housing. Housing. How? Hoisin. That's the sweet barbecue sauce. All right. Okay. And then for the delicious nori-wrapped tofu, I have a bed of cabbage and thinly sliced onions on top. Right. So the tofu, after it's fried, is going to go right above this beautiful display right here. And then we're going to drizzle the sauce over it. All right. So stay tuned. We're about to have some fun. All right. Plat lady, what's up? Welcome. You in the building. All right, let's get popping, ladies and gentlemen. So first things first, let's get everything ready for the wraps. All right, we're doing 5 wraps, so it's not gonna be a lot, right? And we're gonna just have some fun with that. Okay, so for us to get the wraps going, I'm going to break down our cabbage really nice and thin. Debbie, what's up? Welcome. Haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome back. All right. Don't know if we're gonna need all of the cabbage, maybe, but yeah, we just want to cut it really nice and thin, right? Super important. All right. Thin is really important for this. All right, because if we do it too thick, then it becomes really chunky when we're biting into our spring roll, and we don't want that. All right, the goal is to refine this dish, right? And the way we refine it is by making sure that everything is nice and fine. No pun intended.
I like that, chef. You're so smart.
Aw, so sweet. Alrighty. Snaggle pussy. Alrighty, cabbage is done. If we need more, we'll cut more. I don't want to cut it and not need it, you know what I mean? But it's ready to go if we need it. Capiche? Yes. Alright, now my board is purple, no worries. Okay, so we have everything ready for that. Avocados will cut right before we roll it so it doesn't start to oxidize and get, you know, really dark. Oil is good to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our tofu ready. So I just have my tofu wrapped in paper towel. This allows me to get rid of the excess water. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just cut this in half. Straight down. Ah, look at that, made it perfect. See?
That's pretty.
Cool, right? So if you ever wanted to, 1 second, gotta.
You okay?
Yeah, just have to clear the room real quick. All right, we're back. Okay, so if you ever wanted to color your tofu something really cool, purplish, then juice purple cabbage, red cabbage, and then let it sit inside. It will give it the most cool color ever, right? So that's that. Okay, so tofu's here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to get my nori, very important. All right, gonna dry this off a little bit. We don't want the nori to get too wet too quickly. Okay, so nori sheet. All right, one at a time. Put that there. And what I'm gonna do is just put my tofu in just like that, right? Make sure it's nice and even. And then basically what we're doing is just rolling the nori around, right? And we're gonna let that sit just for a second. What I'm gonna do now is take a little bit of water, because I need a bowl with some water in it. All right, 1 second, people. Don't need too much water, just a little. Thanks, Em. And then we're gonna just rub the sides so we can seal this, right? Very important. We wanna make sure that this is sealed completely, right? You can smell it already, it's starting to smell good. So that's sealed. And then we can cut this ends off, or we can leave it on there. It's gonna create slight, just an issue when we're frying it. So we're gonna cut off just a little bit of it. And you can cut these ahead of time if you want, no worries. All right, so we're gonna just trim these just like that. Nothing too crazy, right? And we're gonna leave it like this basically, right? So nori-wrapped mushroom, all right? And I'm going to put this right here so we can get the other one done. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna cut this down now. Right? Once bitten, twice shy, right? Not gonna repeat the same mistake twice, right? Not really a mistake, but you know what I mean. All right. Can even go a little lower. Cut it down just a little bit more. Okay. And then we're gonna roll this baby. All right. And as you're rolling it, you want to make sure no music from DJ Spider. No, TikTok decided that they didn't want us to go that route, so I obliged. All right, so just wet the end piece of the nori and then roll it over and just let it sit there, right? And basically, you're just doing that. Get the water in there, right? And you seal it and you let it sit just for a little bit until basically the nori becomes like the skin of the tofu, right? It's like now it's like attached to it. So this is what we want. Okay, so we're gonna give that about 5 minutes. My oil is getting nice and hot. I'm gonna pull that over to the side. All right, so since this one is ready, we're gonna slice. All right. So let's see if a serrated knife works just as good, or do we need to use a regular knife? Serrated is good. So basically this is what we're cutting, right? We want little blocks about a half an inch thick, right? Seaweed, yes. Yes, it's also called seaweed, correct, you got it. All right. K Loggins, welcome to the club. All right, so we're gonna slice these up, being very gentle. And the type of tofu I'm using is firm tofu. All right, you don't want to use soft tofu for this. I mean, you can, but it's gonna be a little bit more temperamental. So I would just use firm tofu. Medium is cool, firm, extra firm, any of those work really well. All right.
Is this the seaweed used for
sushi?
Yes.
Yes.
It's different from the one they used for the kind of vegan fish sandwich you made, right?
Yeah. So this is the great question, Emma. So this sushi right here, well, not sushi, but this seaweed, right? This is what they used to make sushi with, right? Now, if you're trying to flavor something with the taste of the ocean, then you're going to use something like kelp. You're going to use nori as well, or you're going to use kombu, right? Those you won't be able to wrap in this, all right? So very different application based on what the actual, dish is that you're making, right? So these are ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I have my cornstarch right here. All right, so this is cornstarch with a little bit of flour and Japanese breadcrumbs, aka panko. All right, so we're gonna dust our tofu. Now, because our sauce is literally soy sauce and hoisin, right? There's already a lot of sodium and salt there, so we don't need to necessarily season our tofu. If you wanted to season your tofu, you totally can. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of seasoning my tofu, I'm going to take a little bit of my chili crunch, all right? Available real soon, all right? Stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna take my chili crunch and I'm gonna add some to my breading. All right, so this is gonna give me flavor, but not salt. All right, the goal is to create flavor. All right, ooh, you can smell the ginger and the garlic. All right, so there's ginger, there's garlic in my chili crunch. There is a little bit of miso in there as well. So really great flavor profiles, right? So you take your wrapped tofu just like that, real easy, and you get this dusting all around on all sides, right? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so we dust them and we put them to the side. We want to make sure our oil is nice and hot. All right, super, super important. And when you're dusting these, kind of pack them a little bit so you make sure that the cornstarch sticks to the tofu. All right, super important because this not only acts as a the crust for this, but the cornstarch in here will also help with thickening of the sauce once you make it. All right, very important. Okay, so don't miss that step. So put them in, pack them a little bit, make sure that they're really dusted, right? Make sure that they're really breaded, all sides. Very, very important, okay? Very, very importante. And when you're finished with this, do you have to throw it away? No, you can use it for another application if you need to fry anything. Cool? Hey, Emma, what are you doing over there?
I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching your live.
I'm just watching my live. So kind of you. All right, let's put this in the fryer, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're gonna put this in the fryer. And then we're gonna work on our sauce later on. We wanna make sure that this is nice and hot. All right, yep, oil is ready. Put that in there. Sizzling real nice. Okay, saute pan is full, so we won't add any more in, but we have 2 left. So we'll just bread these and then we'll wait till we have some room in the saute pan. All right? All right, people.
Here.
Let me wash my hands. Wash these tomatoes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pinky. All right. Got a paper towel. So I have that. Thanks for sharing the live, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Okay, let's keep going, shall we? Let me get some water.
Someone said new watching from Columbus, Ohio.
Vicky, welcome, welcome. You are in time. All right. This is the perfect place to be if you're trying to be more plant-based and if you're looking for, assistance, reference, if you're looking for guidance, then you're in the right place. So, happy Tuesday, everybody. All right. Since Vicky already started the road call, where's everybody from? Colorado. What's up, Barbara? Welcome, welcome. Everybody shout out where you from. Represent your set.
Nigeria.
Let's go, Nigeria. Look at that. All right, let's see how these are frying. Real crispy. Yeah, we're gonna give these a rotate. All right. Rotate, rotate. We're gonna turn up the oil a little bit. Yeah, and they feel real nice and crispy, which is what we want. All right, very important. Okay, so now that we have those ready.
Eddie Mother said I definitely am. Just started my food change last week from New Orleans.
Nice, nice. Welcome, welcome. Let me put the last two in.
Jerome said Virginia. Superwoman said Brooklyn. Memphis.
Brooklyn.
BK? No, that's Bronx.
Yes, Brooklyn.
Yeah, okay, BK. BX is Bronx. Okay, gotcha.
Memphis.
Memphis!
I'm going to try and make these. You definitely should, Barbara. They're amazing. Vidalia, Georgia. ATL, Plant Lady. Yeah. I love it. I love it. The dishes I'm making today, they're super easy. Wait until you see the wrap. It's going to be game changing. Houston, Texas in the building. Lady D, welcome, welcome. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes. Okay, so that's frying up real nice. Next up, let's work on. So I picked all of the leaves of the cilantro, right? Super important because biting into this salad, you don't want a lot of stems, right? You want everything to be clean. You don't want anything unnecessary so you can just enjoy the dish as a whole, right? So I separated all of the leaves from the stems, but you don't ever throw away your stems, right? When I went to Thailand, I took cooking classes, and one of the things I learned while I was there was the fact that they don't throw away the stems. They even use the roots of the cilantro leaves, of the cilantro plant, right? So I wish I had roots to use today, but we don't. But we're definitely going to use the stems, all right? Been vegan for almost 3 years. Nice, Vicky. Going on 10 years for us over here in Casa de la Harris, okay? So instead of throwing away the stems, what we're going to do is we're going to mince these baby up really quickly, and we're going to use it for the sauce, right? Very important. Very, 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 very important. All right, so just kind of combine everything real quick so we can chop chop. All right, you know, show off a little knife skills real quick. All right. Well, watch your fingers, people. Watch your fingers. All right. After this, we'll take a look at our tofu. The first batch will probably be close to being ready. All right. Now, for people that are not necessarily lovers of tofu, if you ever had tofu and you're like, I don't like it, I don't like the texture, there's a few reasons behind that, right? One being the fact that the tofu is really soft, and the person that used it probably used like soft tofu, you know, even maybe medium, right? And one of the ways to get your tofu a little bit more chewy, right? A little bit more of a familiar texture that you would probably want to eat it at. You can, one, fry it longer, bake it longer, or just get firm tofu. But even with getting firm or extra firm, you still need to make sure that you season it properly. All right, don't skip that opportunity to season up your tofu, right? Season it like you would anything else. All right, very, very important. Okay, so let's see our crispy. Oh yeah, baby. These look beautiful. I'm gonna pull one out so you can see it. All right, looks amazing. Okay, let me get my tweezers. Alrighty. Check it out. So this is our tofu, fried, looking real nice. Look at that, right? So you see how the tofu is wrapped around with the nori? Perfect. So when you bite into this, it's gonna give you all kinds of delicious flavors, right? So we're gonna put that back in, let it fry just a little bit more.
That looks really cool.
Thank you. And we're not frying it in a lot of oil. It's like very shallow, right? So just enough to maybe come up, not even halfway. Oh my goodness, I love your kitchen. Lindsay, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Alrighty, let me get my hot water, right? We need the hot water on so we can do the rice paper. Okay, so since the water needs to boil, let's work on our watermelon. All right, appreciate the heart, lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, for those of you joining, If you love breakfast, then I have an amazing vegan cookbook pinned in my TikTok shop. Definitely check that out. All right. If you're looking for more plant-based options for breakfast, cool. Okie dokie. All right. Look at this baby right here. A whole half of a watermelon, seeded. All right. We don't play that in this house. All right. Seeded. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Back to a regular scheduled program. All right. So we're gonna cut. We don't need that much of it, so we're gonna cut it in half. Yeah, and even a half is a lot. Okay, we're gonna cut it in half. Okay. Put that back over here. Okie dokie. So with watermelon, right, seeds and all, the way we're gonna cut this is the way we're gonna eat it, right? So big chunks.
It's
Yes?
already separating.
Yes. All right, so we get rid of that piece. So we want pieces like about this, right? So right into a bowl right here. I'm gonna put these pieces in. It's already separating, so all we need to do is cut it accordingly. All right. What's up? What's up, people? Definitely checking out the shop. All right. Tell me what you think. What you think? Put this on the side. All right. Cut this in half. Okay. Right into our bowl. Okay. Okay. So we have our watermelon cubed. The rest I'm gonna put away because we don't need that much.
In the chat, David said plant those seeds.
Plant those seeds. I heard that. Yep, it's all going to the side. Okay. So next up, let me clean my board.
Superwoman asks what's in the tofu.
What's in the tofu?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing in the tofu, but it's wrapped in nori, and then I created a dredge that has my dry chili crunch, panko, Japanese breadcrumbs, and a little bit of flour and cornstarch. All right, so these are ready. I'm gonna take them out of the fire.
Donna W said, I want to go vegan. My doctor recommended it, but it
Oh.
seems hard and expensive, and I wouldn't know where to start.
Oh,
Oh,
you're in the right place.
you are so in the right place. You said Donna?
Yes.
All right, Donna, talk to me. Hit me up. I got you. That's what I do. I help people. I work with them one-on-one. I do coaching. I do, send you meal plans, digital downloads, all that stuff where all you got to do is follow the plan and you're good to go. Like, I make vegan food approachable so it's easier for people, right? So definitely hit me up. I got you. I have a bunch of really amazing free resources as well that you can get access to. So just message me and we can make it happen. All right?
Eddie Mother said yes. LOL. Plant or hold them till next year, then plant them around March.
Yes. Or a third option, dry them out, season them, and make a snack. All right? So, very important. We are done frying our stuff, right? So what I'm going to do with the oil left over, I'm going to pour it to the side, all right? Get rid of it, and I'm going to wipe out all of the cornstarch that dropped to the bottom, right? But we're not going to rinse out the pan, all right? Because we're talking flavor in the pan right now, so we don't want to get rid of any of that, all right? So we just wiped out the pan, but not rinse it. We're leaving that flavor in. We're gonna put the pan there, and we're gonna work on the sauce in the same pan, all right? If we were cooking meat, I use avocado seed oil, and I use extra virgin olive oil, Debbie. So if we were cooking meat, right, a French technique, what they would do is after they sear the meat, poultry, seafood, whatever, the protein that comes out of the meat, that stays in the pan, and then you would use that same pan to make your sauce. So instead of, even though we're doing tofu, there's flavor there, there's protein, all of that from the tofu. So we're gonna do the same application, just different ingredient. Will you do a mushroom meal soon? Yes, tomorrow. I have mushrooms that I got from the farmer's market, so we'll make a delicious mushroom pasta tomorrow. All right? So come join me. I'm here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we do live cooking for dinner. So you get to see amazing plant-based dishes. All right? So mushroom pasta tomorrow is going to be amazing. We're going to do a pesto. We're going to do mushrooms. We're going to do mixed vegetables. It's going to be delicious. Red sauce, green sauce, all kinds of yummy stuff. All right? So definitely make sure you join me for that tomorrow. We go live between 5:30 and 5:45, Monday to Wednesday. I almost said Monday to Friday. Well, Monday to Wednesday. So we have our beautifully cubed watermelon, right? To that, we're going to slice some really nice tomatoes, all right? Can you use any tomato? Yes, you can. I like using these small tomatoes. Man, I want to make it with... If you shoot me the ingredients. Okay, send me a message. Send me a message. All right. And I'll put together a recipe card. So anyone that messaged me, I will send it to you so you can cook with me tomorrow. Cool? Yeah. Alrighty. So I like using these because it adds color. Is the avocado oil different from grapeseed oil? Yes, it's different. Grapeseed oil is also really other good oil. So either one works. Super women.
Isn't avocado seed oil a little bit healthier or no?
Avocado seed oil, they're both very healthy oils.
Oh, okay.
Grapeseed oil is pretty good too. But avocado, I guess maybe might slightly be better than grapeseed oil. But yeah, back to the tomatoes. So I like using these tomatoes because they're already small. They're already kind of pre-cut. Michelle, appreciate that. Good evening. Happy Tuesday to you. All right. Happy Tuesday to you. Yes. So, yeah, people. Anyone that wants the recipe for tomorrow's dinner, hit me up and I will make sure you get it. So like I was saying with the tomatoes, I use these because they're already kind of cut for you. So you only have to cut them once versus cutting them into a bunch of pieces because you're using one of the bigger ones. And then they release a lot more liquid when you use the bigger ones. But when you use these small ones, they're a little bit more tight. They're a little bit more compact, less juice running from it. So it doesn't dilute your salad. All right. So we cut the tomatoes and we put them right into the watermelon. And these go magically together, right? Magically. Magically. You understand? Magically. Whatever you say. My Caribbean accent, all right? So, okay. So tomatoes are in, right? We're going to put the rest of these away because we don't need any more. Okay? And now, we don't want to dress this just yet. Right? Because we don't want the acid and the salt, the sodium to start breaking down the watermelon or anything like that. So we're going to just kind of prep it and get it ready. So a little sprinkle of the cilantro stems, right? This stuff is multi-purpose. You can use it for just about anything. All right. So some of the cilantro stems in there. All right. And we're going to just put this to the side because we don't need to add anything else to it but the dressing. All right. And the dressing is already made. It's in the refrigerator. I'm going to tell you what's in it so you don't feel left out. You'll feel me. All right. So in here, I have a few things. I have soy sauce. I have sesame oil, ginger juice, fresh garlic, sweet chili, lime juice, and vegan oyster sauce, right? So all this is mixed up in here. And you can make a big batch of this and keep it in your refrigerator. It lasts a really, really long time, right? It won't go bad. Let's put it that way. So all I have to do now is take a few spoons of this, pour it over my watermelon salad, and I'm telling you, it's the most refreshing, the most delicious thing you could possibly eat during the summer, during the spring, during the fall. All right. So we are ready with the watermelon salad. We have everything ready for that. The tofu is cooked. We're just holding it on the side because we kind of want to serve it hot. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to get the garnish ready for the tofu. All right. This is where you're going to make this dish look visually appealing, all right? So stay tuned. Watch how I cut my scallions, all right? Very, 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 very importante. All right, so now normally people will get their scallions and they'll do something like this, right? They'll just take it, and these are called rondelles. They're just circles. You're gonna just literally just cut it like this, all right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but this is what everybody does, all right? And we're not everybody, okay? So I'm gonna show you a different way to cut your scallions. So the next time you have friends over or you want to impress your family, cut your scallions like this, and it's gonna do something. All right, it's gonna do something. All right, let me get some water. This is one of the key steps to doing these scallions properly. All right, and can you do me a favor and get me some ice cubes in here, please? Very, very important. The way you do this scallion trick is it needs to be submerged in ice cold water. All right, so you take your scallions and you want to cut it on a bias. All right, you want to cut it on a bias, and that's what cutting on a bias means. All right, so when you're done cutting it on a bias, you're gonna end up with literally thin sticks like this. All right, literally looking like grass. Once you do that, you are 90% there, all right? But the 10% is just as important. So you want to get a big bowl of ice water like this, right? Thanks, plant lady. You want to get a bowl of ice water, and then you want to just throw the scallions literally right into the ice water, right? When you cut it in the circles, it doesn't do anything. It's not a big deal. But when you cut them in those sticks and you put them in the ice water, I'm telling you, your scallions goes from looking like this to like, you know what I mean? You'll see. And not only that, the structure of it, it stays. So you end up with these beautiful pieces of scallions that withstand you actually plating them. So when you put it on the food, it's visually appealing. All right? You definitely need a sharp knife to cut these sticks of scallions. All right, very, very important. And you want to make sure that they're submerged in the cold water. All right, they need to be submerged. Okay, so you need to make sure there's enough water and ice that your scallions are underneath the ice and in water. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? All right, put this right here. You can see, yes. Okay. And you can even do the white parts of the scallion too. It doesn't have to be only the green. All right.
Blaze sent a heart me.
Appreciate that, my lady. All right. Okay, let's do one more scallion, and I think we'll be good to go. And then it's time for us to wrap some veggie spring rolls. Yes, Pinky. Okay, so submerged in the water. All right. Let's do one more.
Yeah.
I need it.
Is it fun?
If your knife's sharp. If not, it's a pain. Okay, so we got that one more. All right. And the other thing about submerging your scallions in ice water is that it takes away that onion, that astringent onion flavor that some people might not like. It might even give some people onion breath. Only some people it happens to, not everyone. But this is a way to kind of get rid of that onion flavor as well. All right. And you just get the clean scallion flavor, which is what you want anyway. All right. So that's done. I think it's time for us to make the wraps. So it's time to rock and roll. All right. So I have my rice paper. All right, I have my rice paper. So let's open this baby up. Ooh. Yes, it's like a present. Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are just joining, my name is Ed Harris. I am a plant-based chef. All right, I work with restaurants, I work with individuals, I work with hotels. I am a spice merchant. I am a product developer. I create my own seasonings and spices.
And a chopped winner.
I have also won Chopped on Food Network. Okay, so yes, I've been cooking professionally
Don't play with
for
him.
30 years, and I just love food. I travel all over the world, learning and cooking and working, right? And yeah, I like to have fun in the kitchen. Hence, we're here today. We are here taking notes. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Awesome. And while you're taking notes, Eddie, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. All right. Okay. Let's make sure our water is hot, right? Because we need hot water to do these spring rolls properly. Let's get a plate. All right.
Power flowing through so you don't look that old.
I don't look that old. Appreciate that. It's the plant-based life, you know? I am about to be...
Wait, I
Not
can guess your
far from
age.
50.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever guesses my age gets my masterclass download for free. It's a bunch of recipes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, salads, smoothies. Close, Eddie, but not quite. Oh, let's see. Karen, what, 48, 50? Keep going, keep going. How many people? As many people guess it right is as many people are gonna get it. All right. So we're gonna give everybody another 30 seconds. The real reason is we don't crack. I heard that, Pasha. You know what time it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go, let's go. I see a few winners. I see a few winners. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I am 45, ladies and gentlemen. I will be 46 in a couple days, in 5 or 6 days. All right. So everyone that said 45, send me a...
I was writing it down though.
do that. Send me a message, right? And I will send you that PDF. You're going to love it. It's amazing. I hear you. I hear you. Still young. Yes. Karine, you got it. Sassy, definitely still young. You look well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I feel well. All right. I feel amazing, to be honest. Okay. So it's time to make our spring rolls. Now, I like to just put a little bit of oil down, just a little bit, because the spring rolls, because of the rice paper, they tend to stick. And you don't want it to stick, because if it sticks, then you end up with ripping the rice paper when you pick it up from the plate. All right, so be very careful. Okay, so I do a little bit of oil. You can do any oil you want.
So you're just going to DM me because I can't work now.
Right, so for everyone that guessed my age, which is 45, send me a message and I will take care of you. All right, now let's get cracking, shall we? So the way we do this is by... we go like this. We get our rice paper. Our water is hot. So let me get that. Okay. Okay. Water is ready.
Judy said, hello, Chef Ed. I'm late to join you.
Judy, you're never late. You're right on time. Look at that. All the stuff still needs to be done. No worry, Eddie. Hit me up. All right, I got you. I got you. Okay, so hot water, very important, because without it, we can't really get the rice paper to become pliable, which is what we need. We need to be able to bend these and wrap with it. So the only way we can do that is by putting them in some really hot water. So be very careful, all right, if you are going to be working with hot water. Now the trick is once you dip it into the hot water, take it out immediately and just kind of let it do its thing on the side, right? Because if you put it into the hot water and you're like, oh, it's not really bending, it's not getting soft, in 30 seconds, you'll end up with something that you can't work with, all right? The meal is making me lose weight just from the prep. Hey, good things takes time, all right? So rice paper down, lettuce on top, and then we're gonna go with the accoutrements, right? The accoutrements. So we have our carrots, all right? We don't want to put too much either.
What's accoutrement?
Accoutrements, all of the things that go with it. No, you can have it. All right, cucumbers, all right? And then we're going with our cabbage. All right, very important. Cabbage. All good? All right. And then once we do the cabbage, we're going to do our herbs, right? So at this stage, you get to pick how much mint you want to put, how much basil, how much cilantro, and you have fun with it, right? So you make sure that it's spread out all across. So when we cut this and we take bites, we're getting a little bit of everything. All right, very, very important. All right, and then last but not least, the cilantro. The cilantro. Look at that, right? We could just serve this just like this on a plate. Sassy, appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we got this ready to go. All right, and of course, I forgot to grease my board, but God is good.
All the time.
Chat, how old is he? Okay, so just like that. And then we bring everything up to the side. So the next one we do, we're gonna make sure that we oil our board just a little bit, right? So we're gonna double wrap this one so we can get the spring roll paper off. Yes, Pinky. Alrighty. Put all of that in there and we're gonna just give this a quick little wrap. All right, so that's our demo one. So we're not gonna sweat that one too much. So a little bit of spray, very important. All right. Whoops.
Whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie daisy is right.
Dunking milk's like 5 roses.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Duncan. All right, so just a little bit of nonstick spray, not too much. All right, and then we're gonna get another piece of rice paper. You're gonna dip it. All right, the goal is when you do the rice paper, not to let it sit too long before you're ready to roll it. All right, very important, because the sitting of it for a long period of time is what makes it becomes the situation that we don't want, which is we're not able to roll it properly. All right, so since this is a square one, I'm gonna do it like an actual spring roll. All right, and put this in the middle, fold this over, fold that over like that. All right, and then look at that. As you're rolling, you want to squeeze it and tuck, and then boom, we end up with a beautiful roll, right? So when we cut into this,
Stop playing with my
look
chef.
at that, right?
Stop playing with my
So
chef.
that's what we're looking for, right? A massive spring roll. All right, we're gonna just put that to the side.
You need me to taste that for you, chef?
No, I got that handled.
Okay, so let's get our avocado ready, of course, because we want to put some avocado in there too, right? Beautiful, appreciate that, looks good. Yes, yes.
It's so fresh.
That's what we want, and it's super fresh, right? So after we roll it, then we're gonna make our sauce. All right, but let me get the avocado ready. All right, and we're gonna do really thin slices of the avocado. You can do it this way, but be careful so you don't cut your hands, or you can scoop out the avocado, you can peel it, put it on a board, and then cut pieces. All right, I wish I was living in your house. Please adopt me. Appreciate that, appreciate that. So avocado, right? We want to make sure it's ready. Get the pieces off. What was that?
She said lucky.
You rock, chef.
Ah, you rock.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Oh snap! It's not too late, sweetheart. All right, get that out of there. Appreciate that. Let me see, what was that? Lady Wayne. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Appreciate the love, people. We're almost there. We're down to the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. All right. Okay, we have our 4. Now let's get this popping. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stuff this first because we don't want our rice paper to get too soft too quickly, right?
Are you putting those on top?
No,
Oh.
that's different. That's separate. All right, so carrots in. All right. Cucumbers in. And this is iceberg lettuce that I'm using. So basically, you want to just get layers of the iceberg lettuce. Not too much, not too little, but it needs to be big enough where it basically makes a natural bowl, right? And by it making a bowl, you're able to basically stuff everything inside and then use that as the canvas so you can wrap it in the rice paper. All right, so carrots in, cucumbers are in. All right, and now we're gonna go with the cabbage right on top. And everything is basically cut the same size, right? I thought it was cabbage. Lord, thank you for saying it's lettuce. No worries. So it's iceberg lettuce that we're using as the bowl. All right, and then there's purple cabbage inside. Cool. So then our mint. All right, a few pieces of mint. I like using the baby leaves for the mint because it's smaller, right? So it's not like this pow. You know what I mean? And then, of course, basil. Kind of same thing, smaller pieces of basil. You can rip the basil leaves if you want. All right, it's totally up to you. And you want this to be nice and herbaceous, meaning you want it to have lots of herbs, right? Because that's what makes this whole thing pop anyway. All right, so this is our beautiful assembled situation. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the avocado on top once I have my rice paper ready. All right, remember with the rice paper, we don't want it sitting in the liquid too long. We just want to get it wet enough. All right, and you put it down as a diamond if you're using the square ones. If you're using the round ones, then it doesn't matter how you do it. Cool? Let me get a big spoon.
Someone said my mouth is so watery. I'm hungry. I'm hungry now.
Appreciate that, Kareem. Okay, so avocado out, one nice big scoop.
Did you spray the oil at the bottom?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Somebody's asking.
Yes, I did. Thank you. And you only need to do it once. All right. So avocado, we're going to scoop it out, which we did. And then we're going to just kind of fan it like this right on top. Woo, baby. All right. Get my hands clean. Okay. Then let's fold this. All right. So one piece over. All right.
Looking really good.
Another piece over. All right. And one piece here. And then we squeeze and we tuck. All right. Squeeze, tuck, and roll. And then we're going to do one more. All right. Squeeze, tuck, and roll.
I just realized what you said.
Yeah. All right. So if a little bit come out on the side, no worries. Not a problem. All right. As long as 99% of it is still inside, we're winning. Cool? All right. We're going to get another sheet. All right. Because we stuffed these really good. So we want to make sure that all of it is inside and wrapped properly. All right. Give that a minute to cool down. Look at that. That's a nice one. All right. Dry my hands real quick. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. So this is how you roll the perfect spring roll, right? You get the size up first, right? That's a giant one. Yes, Pasha. This is for the adults. You know what I'm saying? My oldest is looking at me. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Okay. So it's nice and soft. We roll this over. Remember, tuck and roll.
No.
Right? And it's okay if you hear it crushing. That's totally fine. That's the cabbage and that's the lettuce. So you have the beautiful avocado on the top like that, right? And this is ready. Okay, so we won't cut it right now because we're not about to serve it yet. So we're going to just put it down on the side. All right? So I'm going to do one more and then we're going to do everything else. So this way we don't have people waiting too long for the final thing. All right? Thanks, Sassy. I appreciate that. Pasha, don't laugh. She's watching. It's huge, but I bet it's delicious. Sarah, you know it is. And the thing is, remember, it's all vegetables. You know what I mean?
With
So
lots of water content.
yeah, lots of water content. I appreciate that. Yes, I am married to a amazing lady. All right, she just stepped out, but she'll be back. All right, carrots. All right, cucumbers. Purple cabbage.
I shall claim the biggest one.
Now here's the thing. That's what our bodies need. Yes, Debbie, absolutely right. The cool thing about this particular salad is you can literally do any kind of veggies and put in here. That's what I love about this. Like it literally can be anything you want. You don't have to do it. Will onion mess it up? No, it will not. Onion is actually a great addition to this. So go for it. Even red peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers will totally work just as fine. Okay, I was just asking to. Yeah, Eddie, like go for it. You know what I mean? You can literally put any kind of vegetables you want in here. Matter of fact, I want you to put your favorite vegetables in here. That's what makes this really cool, right? Your favorite vegetables. Because then you're gonna eat it and everybody that loves it, they're gonna eat it too, right? The goal is for you to make food that you love, not food that you think you're gonna like. You know, make food that you love and then from there, add on to it. Some green onions would be nice too. Exactly, Pasha. You got it. You know? Like have fun with it. That's how I cook. You know? I experiment all the time. Like I'll get a recipe and I'll say, wonder if I do this, if I do that, what will happen? And that's how I cook. You know what I mean? That's what makes sense to me because if I'm excited about the food I'm making, then I'm definitely gonna eat that food. It's as simple as that. You know? There's no two ways about it.
Michelle Jefferson shared the live like 10 times.
Thanks, Michelle. You rock. Thanks for sharing the live. All right?
Dad, the storage skills I can't really do anymore.
No worries.
Sorry about that.
You're good to go, sweetheart. All right, let's scoop this avocado out. All right, put it right on top. Let me wash my hands so I can wrap it. All right. Stay still. Okay, people. You want to work quick with the rice paper, right? Remember, we don't want it to start getting soft. Okay.
Some Eddie mother said salsa dip or no?
Salsa. You can do salsa. I'm doing a peanut butter dip, but you can totally do a salsa, right? Michelle, thank you for the tap. All right, you can totally do salsa. You can do a mayonnaise base. You can literally, I'm telling you, have fun with this. Have fun. All right? Have fun.
How do you know when an avocado is ripe?
Oh, I love that question.
Yeah.
Very easy. Let me tell you. To be true, was that?
That was, yes.
Yeah. To be true. Jilly. Okay, this is how you know. When I buy my avocados, I buy them super green, right? Like outside is green, inside is firm, like green, really hard. Like I don't buy them. The only way I buy them ripe is if I'm gonna make guacamole the same day I buy them. Otherwise, I get them super green always, right? And what I do is I'll buy about 10 at a time, and then I'll take 3 of them and I'll leave them out on my countertop, right? I'll leave 3 of them out on my counter, and in about 3-4 days, they will get ripe, right? They won't get super soft, but they'll be soft enough where when you hold them and you give them a little squeeze, you know, just a tender TLC, you'll feel that they're soft enough to eat, right? And then at that point, I put them into the refrigerator, right? And from there, anytime I need an avocado, I know to grab the ones that I just put into the refrigerator because those are ready. And they will stay perfectly until you eat them, right? Meanwhile, the others are still nice and green and they're fresh and they're good to go. So that's how I maneuver my avocados.
And we're talking about our avocados, my bad.
Yes. Yeah, avocados. But someone asked, talking about artichokes or avocados? Yes, avocados. Did I say artichokes?
No, you didn't.
Okay, cool. What kind of wrap you're wrapping in, please? Oh, this is rice paper. All right. Cheryl, we're using rice paper, right? I'll show you the container in a second.
And a quick thing. If green and firm, not ripe, soft and dark.
Yeah, so green, super green on the outside would be not ripe, and ripe would be when it's starting to look like this. All right. Sometimes you might get some that are ripe that are not fully as dark, but that's once in a while. Cool. All right. So that's three. We have two more to do.
You want to do this?
Yeah, right. So we
Yeah.
can do the others later. I think it's a good idea. My sous chef is telling me that we need to shift gears, so you guys don't wait for me to finish all the rolls. I have two more to do. So with that being said, let's work on the sauce, right? Do we do the sauce? Yes, I think we do the sauce. All right, so before we do the sauce, let's get this baby ready. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this.
Ooh, very pretty.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Plating skills are very nice, though.
Snaggle pussy. All right, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, Pinky. Okay, so we have this beautiful bed of, like I said, that right? Beautiful bed of deliciousness right here. So we're gonna put this one right here. Stick that one in there. Okay, beautiful. So make sure it's nice and flat. So when we're saucing this baby, we get it saucy. You know what I mean? So that's that, right? So a nice heaping, delicious situation. Look at that, right? So the sauce is gonna drizzle down. So what I have under the tofu, and this is nori or seaweed wrapped tofu. So what I have on the bottom is thinly shaved onions. Wow, yes, Kareem, I appreciate that. Wow, I felt it. And then thinly shaved cabbage, right? So if you ever go to a Japanese restaurant, there is nori-wrapped tofu. Yes, Miss Pasha. Yes, we get busy. You know what I'm saying? You know we don't do the average. You know what I mean? Back to our regular schedule program. So if you ever go to a Japanese restaurant, there's a dish called karage, right? Which is basically something similar to this. It's a bunch of raw cabbage, right? Maybe some onions, and then they deep fry chicken or beef or pork or something like that, and they put it right on top of the raw cabbage, a little bit of sauce, and that's it. So instead of going that route, you know, since we're plant-based, of course, I had to do my vegan version. So this is my version of that dish. All right. So that's why you see the beautiful cabbage on the bottom, the really nice thin slices of onions, and then the lightly seared tofu on top. Dare to be different. I love it. Yes, Cheryl. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So pan down. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of oil, right, to the pan. Not a lot. Very, very, very little. All right. Yep. And to that little bit of oil, and when I say little, maybe 2 tablespoons, we're going to add our minced garlic and ginger. All right. Minced garlic and ginger. We're going to put that in there because that's going to give us some really amazing flavor. All right. Let's get this out of the way. So we're basically looking for the ginger and the garlic to sweat at this point, lightly caramelized, right? We could just add all of the liquid in and let that boil together, but no, we won't do that. And the reason we're not going to do that is because that would be a missed opportunity to add flavor to our sauce, right? So if we were to just add all the liquid in with the garlic and ginger, it's going to kind of boil everything. But if we caramelize the ginger and the garlic, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was awesome, Michelle. Thanks for the confetti. So if we caramelize the onion, the garlic, and the ginger, then that's an additional level of flavor that we're adding to our sauce, right? So why skip out on that additional level of flavor if you don't have to? So while this is caramelizing, we can continue making our wraps. Cool? Okie dokie. So this is the other big mama jama. All right, so carrots down. All right, very importante. And then cucumbers. It's gonna be a big one. We're gonna see what happens with this one. All right, and then we're gonna do our cabbage. Okay, beautiful. I'll put this right here. Let's get our avocado. Avocado down.
Ginger and garlic give a nice flavor.
Yes. All right. Ginger and garlic is definitely, if you're making Asian food, Asian flavored food, then ginger and garlic is synonymous with that. Like, you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? You just can't. So we're gonna do our rice paper. All right, put one there, and then we're gonna put another one right down here. We're gonna get fancy.
Michelle said 2 donuts.
Thanks to the donuts. Appreciate that, Michelle. All right, onions and garlic. Onion, garlic, and ginger is caramelized. Right, check it out. Right, lightly caramelized. Right. Pull that off to the side because we want to roll this and finish it. So we don't want our rice paper to go MIA, acting crazy. All right, so mint leaves. All right. Whoo, beautiful. Basil. Basil.
Basil.
All right. And then lots of cilantro. Yes. Can you tell this one's for me? No, I'm just kidding. It is, but you know. All righty. Let's do this. All right.
This should have its own theme song.
It should.
Because it's so big.
This is the Omega. Yes. Seal that up right there. Seal this side up right here. Look at that. Oh, baby. Perfect. All right? Perfect. Look at that. Okay. So we're going to put that there. That's done. That's 3, 4. We have one more to do. No problem. Our sauce, see? The ginger and the garlic is nice and golden. This is what we want. We don't want it burnt, right? We want it golden. And the aroma from this right now is just impeccable. All right? So we put that on the fire. We crank it all the way up. And then we start adding in our liquid ingredients. All right? So we're going to go in with our rice wine vinegar first. Perfecto. Yes, I appreciate that. Rice wine vinegar, sesame oil, right? Our sugar. Smells so good. Then we're gonna go with our soy sauce. Smells like a Asian restaurant right now. Like, whoo, smells so good. Appreciate that, Michelle. Perfecto indeed, Pasha. Like, it smells so good. I'm serious. All right, I'm gonna scrape in the last ingredient right here, which is the hoisin sauce. All right. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna give that a nice little stir. Okay, and we're basically gonna let this reduce slowly. All right, the goal is to bring it up to a boil first, let it come to a boil, and then we're gonna turn it down and let it reduce nice and slow. All right, if it reduces too fast, it'll kind of scorch and burn, and we don't want those kind of flavors to affect our sauce. All right, so it's boiling, so now I turn it down. All right, the goal is to get the sauce thick enough where when you pour it over the tofu, it's like a nappe. It just kind of sticks and just drizzles down the side. All right. Now you want to pay attention to how much you reduce it, right? Depending on how much soy sauce you do, yes, reduction, correct. What you could do is create a slurry, right? So you take a little bit of cornstarch, you take a little bit of water, mix that together, add that to the sauce, and that will thicken it up much faster, so you don't have to reduce it as much. Cool? So I think I'm going to get a little bit of cornstarch, and I'm going to do just that. All right, so a slurry is basically cornstarch and water. All right, this is what every Chinese restaurant uses to thicken all their sauces. All right, trust me, I worked in some of the best ones actually. All right, so cornstarch slurry. All right, sauce has brought to a boil. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna just put this over to the side. All right, I don't want to thicken it up right now because I want it to be nice and hot when I pour it over the tofu. All right, so watermelon salad we can mix now. All right, so we can get everything nice and flavored. Not too much. I probably did about half a cup to a quarter. All right, I mean a quarter to a half a cup. Okay, and we're gonna just lightly mix this. All right, soy sauce and watermelon, that flavor combination is crazy. If you've never had this flavor combination before, you are missing out big time. So I'm telling you right now, if you have never had it, go get you some watermelon, get you some tomatoes, make this salad. All right, soy sauce, sesame oil, ginger, crazy, right? Crazy. A little bit of cilantro in there, all right? And then we're gonna add a little bit of sesame seeds. Whew, look at that, right? Look how beautiful that looks. It's done. That's it, like super simple, real easy, and I'm telling you, it's so good. Yes, beautiful indeed. Just like clean, super delicious, and really easy to make, right? And packed with a ton of flavor. So let's do the last roll and then we're done. All right, we are literally done. So the last roll, my lettuce is really small. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a hybrid, right? We're gonna get everything ready, but we're gonna work a little different. All right, so let's get our rice paper down. Okay, rice paper is down. We'll do another one because I love that idea of doing the double. Right, it just made things easier. All right, sniper precision. Okay, beautiful. So that right there. Then we're gonna do our cabbage. Get rid of this water. Let's do our herbs. Beautiful. And then last but not least, our avocado. Where is my spoon now? Right here. All right, people, we're almost there. We're at the home stretch. All right. Avocado down, just like that. All right. And then it's time for the roll up. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Seal that up right there. Seal that up like that. And then we roll. Beautiful. We are done. All our rolls are done. Let me get a little bit of oil over here. All right. The last thing we need to work on is the dipping sauce for the spring rolls. Right? So that's super easy, really quick. Let me get a bowl to mix it in. All right. So bowl down.
Want a smaller one or no?
No, it's okay. So we can do it quick. All right. We got our whisk ingredients: fresh squeezed lime juice. All right. A little bit of sesame oil, soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, and then peanut butter. Thanks, Al. Want to make sure we get everything, right? Can't waste anything. I think that's everything in here. Okay. Let's see where we're at. The other thing I like to do is add a little bit of super hot water. This helps get the peanut butter a little bit easier to work with. All right. But it's doing its thing. And then also the water allows us to make the sauce a little bit more loose, right? Because we don't want the peanut butter sauce too thick, right? So, cilantro stems. Stop. Wait. This sauce needs to be loose enough where we can dip it in without. Keep going a little bit more.
Okay. Can we open it or no?
No, that's fine. Okay, add a little bit more water to the kettle and turn it on. Okay. Put about a cup of water in there, not too much. Yeah, that works. Okay, so our sauce is almost there. We want it to be a little bit looser than this. All right, very important. So cilantro stems, we're gonna add all of that in there. All right, we're gonna add a little bit of sesame seeds, and then the rest we're gonna put into our sauce in the back here. All right, super important. That's turned on. Okay, let's see. We'll add a touch more soy. And we can add some chili oil because we like heat. All right, so we'll add a little bit of chili oil in there. And if we have anyone that's allergic to peanuts, then you can use something called wow butter. It's made from toasted sun. It's made from toasted. There's the sun butter, right, which is made from sunflower seeds, and then there's also wow butter that's made from soybeans. All right, not too much. A little bit more. Okay. Let's see where we're at with this. I think we're good. Yeah. A spoon.
Sorry.
Perfect. All right. So the goal is to make your sauce as thick or as thin as you want it. All right. For me, I want the sauce to be thick enough where when I dip my spring roll into it, it coats the spring roll. But also, I want it to be loose enough where I can really dip my spring roll into it and like dip the whole spring roll in there if I wanted to. You know what I mean? So let's see what it tastes like. See if we need any more soy or any more salt or anything like that. Nope. Tangy from the lime. You want to taste?
Yes, please.
Come on.
Thank you.
Yep. So we got the brightness from the lime juice. We have the little crunchies from the cilantro stems and the sesame seeds. And then, of course, we have the peanut flavor from the peanut butter, right? The umami from the soy sauce. We can taste the sesame oil. So we are good to go. All right. We don't need to make this sweet. If you wanted to make it sweet, you could add some maple syrup or you can add agave. Totally up to you. All right. So sauces go back on the fire. All right. As soon as that comes to a boil, we're going to thicken it and we are done with dinner. I bet that tastes delicious. Christine, you know it does. You know it does. All right. This is our sauce. I love it. It looks delicious. It tastes delicious. All right. We can use a little bit more heat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of my chili crunch to it so it can, you know, just pop a little. All right. Yeah, I think a little bit more. Okay, cool. Sauce is almost boiling. All right. Tons of flavor in here. Just really packed. Right? Okay. So our sauce is done. Can I get a really nice bowl? Actually, let's do individual ramekins or something. We'll do like 3 or 4. Yeah. Or let's do the square ones above, right in front of you. Yep. We'll do those 3, and then we can do 2 more of the round ones.
Good, I'm not careful.
Okay, sauce is boiling.
Ooh.
So at this stage, we're gonna add our slurry, right? Just put it right here for me. Thank you. So remember, our slurry is our water and cornstarch. Phyllis is watching from Guyana. No way! That's awesome. What's up, Phyllis?
What's up, Phyllis?
All right. So sauce is reducing real nice. We're gonna add our slurry, and when you add your slurry, you want to be careful how much you add, and you want to make sure that this comes to a boil after you add it, so you can cook out the cornstarch. All right. So our sauce is nice and thick, and you can tell because the bubbles. Just put it in another bowl for me, please, for later. So you can tell that your sauce is good because when it's boiling, Sacto, California, what's up? D is watching from Ohio. What's up, people? Boston, Massachusetts. Let's get it. So sauce is nice and thick, right? And you can tell because of the viscosity, right? Which is just, a fancy word for how thick it is, right? And you can tell by just looking at it. The other way you can tell is when it's boiling, how quickly the bubbles do this, right? So we're almost there. We're gonna let it reduce just a little bit more, all right? Just a little bit more. Remember, the goal is to make sure that our sauce coats the tofu, all right? McDonough, Georgia. Yeah, Georgia in the building. Maryland. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, people. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so slurry's in. That's reducing. And we are just about ready. Yep. Let's taste it. We'll add a little bit of water. Because remember, soy sauce reduced can get really salty. So to mitigate that, we add water to this, right? So this is what I was talking about earlier. You want to make sure that it's not reducing too much. So this way you don't end up with a situation you don't want. All right? So first things first that we're going to serve is our deliciously plated tofu. Raleigh, North Carolina. What's up? All right, so you see, right? Nice and thick. The sesame seeds are in there, the garlic, the ginger, all that stuff. And then check it out. We just go over it just like this. All right? Look at that. Woo! Delicious.
So nutritious.
Stupendous. Amazing. Oh, yeah. All right? Beautiful. So we have raw cabbage on the bottom. We have raw onions, right? And then we have the nori-wrapped tofu on top, right? And then this beautiful glaze sauce over it. So as we eat this, once you eat everything together, is the perfect balance, right? Of salty, sweet, fresh. Lord have mercy. That looks good. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So that's our deliciously finished tofu wrapped in nori, right? And we're gonna just hit it with a little chili crunch on the top, just to, make it pop. Chili crunch, make it pop. All right, look at that. Perfectly done, right? So hungry now. I hear that. So am I. I'm starving. Now, the last thing. Remember, earlier on in the live, we did scallions, right? And what did we do? We put the scallions in ice water. The yum factor is on 10. I heard that, Pasha. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do with the scallions after it's been sitting in that ice bath, all right? We want to take out all of the scallions and we want to put it on a paper towel and drain it. All right? Very, 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 very importante. Okay? We want to do this. rest I will drain later on. Okay. Perfect. Good right there. Beautiful. Okay, scallions are drained. Okay, we'll get rid of the ice. Now, remember what I told you about the scallions, right? Now look how beautiful they look because they've been cut. So they're doing all of these different kind of shapes. Basically, you allow the scallions to stand up on their own, right? So it's just beautiful to look at when you plate. Like you see the scallions, they curl and they do stuff like this, right? So scallions drained and right on top of our delicious tofu. Boom. Just like that. And we're done, right? Restaurant style plating right at home. Super easy as long as you do your scallions this way. You can't miss. Right? You can't miss. That's it. So this is our beautiful tofu dish. All right. Isn't that pretty? You all right? The chilies, they getting at you? Sorry about that. Chilies mean business. But look, right? We got height.
Someone asked if you have a restaurant.
Do I have a restaurant? No, I do not. I help people that own restaurants, but I don't have my own restaurant, right? Looks tasty and pretty. Yes, that's the goal. Okay, so dinner's done. We have our delicious tofu. All right, now let me get the sauces in the ramekins, right? So we can serve dinner. Okay, we got our sauce looking real nice. We're gonna add a little bit more water to this.
Someone said I would try it. Looks yummy.
It does look yummy, and thank you. I am gonna try it too. Looks amazing. Thanks, Noka. All right, so peanut sauce is done. All right, so we're gonna just pour some in. Right, next one. Next one. Then we have two over here. Next one. And then boom. Sauce. All right. I want to make sure we scrape everything out, right? Can't waste any of this good sauce. I need to get me a rubber spatula.
Okay.
Where is my spatula? All right. My old home ec teacher, you know, when I went to school in Brooklyn, she was like, scrape everything out. She was like,
Is that how she talked?
oh man, Miss Clark was her name. She was not to be messed with, yeah. You know what I'm saying? She meant business. What was that? What can you use? Scroll up for me, Emma.
Got it. What can you use if allergic to peanuts?
Ooh, great question. Lola, I got you. Let me show you.
We got it down there.
Yes. This is an awesome brand that I like to use. It's called Wow Butter.
Let me hold it.
And it's made with soybeans,
Yes.
right? Really cool. I get it on Amazon. And if you don't want to use this, then you can use, what's the other one?
Sun butter.
Sun butter, right? And sun butter is made with sunflower seeds, right? So you have two options. Yummy. All right. So for the garnish, we're gonna just finish this off with a little bit of sesame seeds, so we make it look real pretty. All right, because you know we eat with our eyes. All right. So not only.
Bridget says good evening.
Good evening, Bridget. All right. So sauces are done. Everything is ready. So it's time to serve. Dinner's done. Our watermelon salad is marinating in the juices.
I think someone's asking, can an almond butter be used?
Yes, 100% almond butter can be used. Totally. Any kind of nut butter will work just as good. All right. You don't have to stick to just one. Cool? Because we can't do peanut in the house. So we have a few tree nut allergies. So that's why we do the wow butter. Cool? Yeah. So that's it, people. We are done. All right. Take these to the table to the two little ones, please. All right, we're gonna cut into our rolls, right? Look at that, look at that, look at that, right? All those delicious veggies in there. Enjoy your delicious food. Appreciate that, Kareem. I'm getting excited, as you can tell. I'm about to tear up. I'm about to tear up this food. All right. So that's it, people. We are done. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Thanks for rocking and rolling with us. Awesome. Appreciate that. How are the little ones? They are well. Thank you so much, Pasha. Appreciate that. Thanks, Plant Lady. So tomorrow, definitely join us. We're going to be doing a delicious, wow, very colorful. Yes. Appreciate that. It's wow butter. Yes, Lady D. Wow butter. WOW, literally wow and then butter. Right? Anytime, Christine. Anytime. Yeah, I get these on Amazon. There's two kinds. There's plain, smooth, and then there's the crunchy one. All right, which has little chunks of the soybean, and it's toasted soybeans, which is just amazing. It literally tastes just like peanut butter, like no kidding, right? But tomorrow we're doing a delicious mushroom pasta. Can you show the rice paper? Yeah, of course. So this is the brand I used. I use this brand because it's square. You can use any rice paper brand you like. Three Ladies. There's a bunch of different Thai brands out there. But honestly, any rice paper works. There's two versions. There's the square and there's the round, right? Either one works. It's up to you. All right. But yeah, tomorrow we're doing a mushroom pasta, right? We're gonna do a pesto and we're going to do a red sauce. Cool. So definitely make sure you join us for that. Lots of fresh farmers market mushrooms. So we're gonna do a combination of like oyster mushrooms, cinnamon caps, yeah, what kind of mushrooms? Literally. Yeah, so cinnamon caps, oysters, and we're probably gonna do a third one if I have. I have to see what's in the refrigerator, but I do know we have cinnamon caps and oysters. So those two are definitely gonna be in there, in the building. It's gonna be mixed vegetables, mushrooms, red sauce, pesto, all right, nutritional yeast, really delicious. Check us out tomorrow, all right? We're out of here. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Remember, if you're looking for more plant-based options, this is the channel. All right, we're cooking Monday to Wednesday, each and every week. All right, I don't have any money to level up. You have plenty money. You got plenty. Put it out there. All right, remember, the universe is listening. God is listening. Whatever you want, you got to say. Whatever you don't want, don't say. Okay? So, tomorrow, we're doing delicious food. And if you need more ideas, more recipes, then this is the channel to be. All right, hit up my service section and see all of the information that I offer. I do one-on-one coaching as well, so I help people be more plant-based. You DM'd me? Yes. Perfect. All right, no worries. I won't forget. I promise. You will have everything within 24 hours. So between now and by the time I go live tomorrow, you would have gotten your PDF download. All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mill. All right. And yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. If you need a breakfast cookbook, I have one in the shop. Check it out. Cop that. You won't be disappointed. It's going to be some amazing stuff in there. We'll speak million. There you go. There you go. That's it. We got to put out what we want. All right. Because the energy works the same way. If we dwell on what we don't want or we don't have, we get more of that. Right. So the focus is always to dwell on what we do want only. All right. All right, ladies. Phyllis, thanks for watching. Okay. Plant Lady, appreciate you, Mom. And to all of my fam, all the fans in the club, all the good stuff. Appreciate that. All right. Thank you. I love the show too. It's cool. You know what I mean? We get to have fun. We get to learn a few things. We get to experiment. We make mistakes sometimes, but we just, we keep moving and we have an amazing time doing it, right? And we make some tasty food all at the same time. So thank you so much, Lady Gold. Appreciate you. And I will catch everyone tomorrow. Peace and love. Okay? God bless. Stay blessed by the best. We out of here. All right.